Hello, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing? Uh, I'm setting up here. Sorry, something happened. I found myself. That's the good news. And now I can see your comments. I hear something. I hope everything is okay. Looks like it. So let's get started. All right. So today I'm gonna give you some ideas on what to do when sometimes you don't have the budget or the willingness to buy the whole suite and just the paper is so cute. So this is what happened to me with the cute as a bug paper. I love the paper. I don't think I needed the stamp set and whatever, like I have other things. I don't make so many whimsy cards. But anyway, everybody can do their self, but you can do a lot with just the paper. And here's what I want to show you. And it doesn't have to be this specific paper. You can use these funfolds that I'm going to show you these ideas to create with the own paper that you have. We all have so much paper. So, hi, Deborah, how are you? So, this is what I wanted to show. Okay, now my New Year resolution: use what I have and try to save some money and and I'll only spend for things I really like this paper. All right. So here we have three fun full cards, and then I created an envelope. This I had done for the holidays. It's an envelope for a voucher, and usually I would have closed it with a Velcro dot, but in this case I was at my parents' house and I didn't have the Velcro dots, or the right color cardstock. But anyway, I created this little voucher that my mom filled out with my gift. But you can put here a gift card or whatever, or in the back, you can put a gift card. And, so I'll show you. And this is the closer I did it with just uh, Scotch tape. But if you have a Velcro, that looks even better, right? So that's one thing, and the of course the envelope is made out of or DSP, and then I have this card. Actually, that was my friend Julia has a mystery card night, and that was hers a few weeks ago, and it's a very simple card. I don't know if you see the heart here because I'm gonna make this into a Valentine for cards for hospitalized kids. That's what I do for my Valentine's cards. I send them to the kids in the hospital. So for this organization that sends them to the kids in the hospital. So that's what I'm using for this. And then I have here this really cute ladybug reading under the lamps here. And that's another fun fold card. And I used I can't remember the name of the I'll check it out in a second. The name of the dies. I can't remember. I'm just trying hard, but I'll go check it. And then for the last one, we have this pop-up oval, which is not a real oval. I use the same die, so I'm gonna go check that on that. But I love this. From time to time, I like to do this because this fun fold because it's fun with the pop-up, and it's not too complicated. And originally, I have made it with an oval. It's a little easier with the oval. It closes a little easier because this has the little nooks and crannies, but it kind of works as you can see as well, right? All right, so let's get started. But before we get started, I'm gonna grab the dies just to show them because I pre-cut everything, pre-die cut everything. But the dies are these. And I love layering dice. I think I showed you that a couple of weeks ago already. Beautifully celebrated dice. That's the name. Oh, it was escaping. And I've been dying to use these little lacy corners which I used here, and they come out very, very nice, I think. Right? All right, so let's get started because I only have 80% battery and I hope it lasts for the whole life. All right, so let me put this away. We'll start with this one, I think. And I'm using another colors, and I already measure everything. So it's 5.25 by 11, and then you have to score it at 1.75 and 3.5, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna double check that. 1.75 and 3.5 on both sides. Okay, and then what you do, because you want this kind of like a W with the, okay, so this is what you do. The inside folds, you fold down in, and then this outside you fold out. That's it. That's it. That's all you need. Okay, that's the shape that it has to have. U shape, I don't know what shape you will call that. And then we're gonna score this really well. Burnish the folds, I didn't realize that I had already pre-folded. I like to do it live so you can see, but if I'm telling you it's 1.75 and then another 1.75, which is 3.5, and on both sides. So it's easy to remember, right? And then you need two card bases, one front card base and one back card base, and they're the same size, 5.5 by 4.25. And I'm using Old Olive, and I have them here. And then you use for the DSP whatever you want, and I wanted to use a different one from these. These dancing ones here, like the party ones, is a musician here. There's these people having the tea. I'm sorry, I'm not on camera. Why am I so off today? I don't know. Maybe that's what I should do. Anyway, so you have the people drinking here, the one with the balloon. So it's very cute. Just don't know where I'm gonna put my heart, so it will not cover that much. So once we have that, first thing we're gonna do is very simple, and you can decorate your front as you want. I just did it the simpler way. One of the reasons is because for cars for hospitalized kids, they don't want anything too complicated for the kids that can rip off or something, so I hope that this is not too complex for them. I think it's not, so that's why keeping it simple. Okay, I should have done this because I couldn't see if I'm doing it straight or not with the other layer. And so this is our front, and then for our back, we're gonna just glue the whole thing, this inside stuff. And center it in the back card base. Trying not to put it crooked like I just did. Thankfully, I'm using liquid glue, which it always helps. Okay, that's good enough. All right. So now we grab our front, and we're just gonna put glue on this side and this left panel. Left panel glue. We're gonna close it, and then we're gonna align our top and bottom. That seems pretty okay. And that's it. So we have that. And then we are going to put some paper here as well. And I forgot to cut it. So I'm going to cut it with you in front. Actually, maybe I do. I didn't forget to cut it. Maybe I have it right here. No, it needs to be adjusted. So this is the right height, but it needs to be a 1 3/4. Hi, Teresa. Good evening, crafty friends. 1 3/4. All right. We align it and the whole thing goes just so when you open this, kind of continues here. Actually, you see it's a continuation of this one. So it's perfect. All right, that was a coincidence, as you saw. I could have cut it from the other side, trim it on the other side, and then it would have not been so great. Then I fussy cut from the paper these two creatures, the one giving the flower to another, because I want to make this into a Valentine card as well. If I can find the right, oh, I think I don't have my sentiment. Oh, well, I can use this one for somebody who's wonderful in each and every way. That's a nice one, right? For a kid's Valentine too. Anyway, I need some cardstock to cut 2 hearts from it, and I'm using a retire. Okay, let me see if I can find a scrap. Not, we'll have to do this. It's not so scrappy, but there are my hearts. This is the heart punch pack. It came one with scalloped edges. That's the one I'm going to put in the bottom, and then one simple in the white so I can stamp my sentiment. Okay. And this got stuck. Now I cannot open. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, man. Why? Why did it get stuck? That never happened to me before. Anybody? All right. Okay, let's see. Sometimes when they're not totally aligned, it happens, but these are a little old. That's probably why. Okay, maybe we'll have to skip that. Because how fun it is to see me fighting with my punch here. This is weird. There, finally. Oh my God. I'm stubborn, so there was a fat chance that I would give up on that. There we go. So that we have my scallop heart, and now I'm going to do one in white. If I find a big scrap, that'd be great, which I did. And for the white, hopefully I won't have it. There. Opens with no problem. I love punches. They take a lot of space, and I'm very conscious these days because I'm trying to organize my supplies. And I have a lot, and that's what I wish it was some plastic so I could put like a 6-in-1 or whatever it's called, these like oily thingies, but to make it work better. But it's plastic, so it won't work in plastic. All right, so we have here, and now I need my sentiment. Let's see if I can find it. We said that I was gonna use that for somebody who's wonderful, but I don't know honestly if it's gonna fit in this. It kind of does. Yes, so I'll use this. This sentiment, life is sweeter with you. It was from an old paper pumpkin, the one that had the strawberries. And I think I put it back. As I said, organizing. Yeah, I made it fit. Yes, I agree, Teresa. I think that's what happened with my punch, that the log got crooked. Teresa is saying that it could be a challenge if it gets crooked. And it wasn't. I straightened it up for a while, after a while, but oh well, it's a no punch. But I still love it. And it should last. This has like a little bit of dry glue here. Let me see if I can remove it. And if I can, it's gonna leave like that. Well, I flatten it a little bit. Should be good enough. There you go. And then we align this so it has this wonderful scallop thingy. And now that I have my sentiment here, I may not need to put anything but this guy here and this little guy here. Too crooked? No. I want to make sure that it looks like a heart, because sometimes if you cover this, you just won't. But anyway, you don't want to cover the text, so this should go like that. Just gonna put a little bit of glue here. Make sure that the text shows. And this one is gonna just have a little bit of glue here on this edge. And on the leg or arm. And here I'll put just a little bit of something else. Gonna cover the dandelions because I want to see the critters. And I really want to see the musician here. So maybe I'll put it right there in dimensionals. Yeah, can't go wrong with this paper, Teresa. It's cute because the paper is so cute. Whatever you do is going to end up looking cute. And I think that kids will like it. And kids at heart would like it too. There, I think. Oh, I dropped it on. Like that. All right, I had this heart here that was, oops, oh my God, what happened? My camera fell. Oh, sorry, I'll have to tighten it. That's so weird because I never touched that part. Sorry, let's see. The stand, my God. All right. We're back or not. Oh my God, this is falling. I don't understand. No, it wants to fall. I don't get it. No, this is fine. This is fine. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's never happened before. Oh, it's as if it was fainting. All right. All right. Done. Yes, yes. Thank you so much for sharing, Deborah, and thank you, Teresa, for your comments. I'm just missed them while I was. Oops. Oh, did I miss the comments here? I don't know what I did because now I was fixing one thing and now it's the other thing. Oh well. I think we're back. And I have the comments here on the screen, which I never did. Oh, maybe we can leave them there if they don't bother you. I don't know how I did it. Oh well. Does it bother you? I don't know. Somebody say something. We'll see if it rolls on. I hope it's not intruding on our showing show and tell. Anyway, let's continue with this. I'm sorry it took me so long. I'm gonna use some gems here. Different gems are the ones I was using. These are the muted palette dots. No, it doesn't bother you? Okay, good. It's weird. Just this look to be mossy meadow, which is another one of the colors in the set. And then I'll just do something like that. All right, thank you, guys, for checking with me. I don't know, when the stand fell, my finger touched something, and I don't know what happened. And now it's back to I don't know what's on. Anyway, it's always something, right, with technology. So the important thing is that we move on. All right, so this is the card. As I said, I was saying that I had put here a heart from a paper pumpkin that I had. I think I may have some more stickers, but you can decorate with another creature, but I don't want to fussy cut anything now and take more time. So this is my first card. Now for the second card, we'll do this one. This is, as I said, using the I forgot the name again. Beautifully celebrated, guys. My God, my memory not working so well lately. Anyway, I have my materials here. And what I'm gonna use is this, and this is some of these papers that we have now come with these little scenes here. That if you cut them, it pretty much sets the card for you. I already cut this one but you have this or this dandelions. You have like the music party here. You have the big mushroom, and then you have this cute picnicky background. And of course, if you want to use the back of the car, the paper, it has nice, but I nice leaves. But I like to use these parts as like enhancements for the car. So I use this one that has the little thing, and this is gonna be the seed for my little ladybug. And I had, if I'm not, I did it last night. I fussy cut it, the lamp too. Now what it is, I don't know. Maybe I put it in another envelope. Oh no, it got stuck here. No, yes, I did use it in oh no, it got stuck here. Yeah. I knew I did it. So this time I knew. So what I'm gonna use for this, I'm gonna do is a simple card base. 8.5 by 5.5 by 8.5, score at 4.25. And that's my card base. I did Daffodil Delight, which matches these mushrooms here. Let's see how cute. And then we are going to cut the half front of it. And you end up with a piece like this. You save it because you're going to use it as a scrap for your label. So half of 2 1/4 is 4 1/4 is 2 1/8. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's save this. This I saved from the other one, but it doesn't matter. And then burnish the fold so it doesn't open up too much. It will because it's very short, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna put things in it. So then I used the largest of the layering dies of Checking Again Beautifully Celebrated. And I did the embossing folder with the leaves, and it's one of these big embossing folders. And I embossed the result. So it will be my background. And then you see how it has the little angles here? I thought like, oh, perfect for the card, but it needs to be adjusted a little bit because I want it to look like this one, that you can see a little bit of the edge so you don't miss the shape of the angle here. So if I'm not wrong, this is 4x3, but we have to get it at was it 4x3? Yes, it's 4x3, but we have to get it down to 3 and it's 3 3/4, but minus 1/16. So just whatever that is. I'm not good with that. It's here, however many 16ths. Do I have to count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Because I'm not good with this. 4, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Is it 11 16th? I don't know. But it basically that's how I'm counting. 3 3/4 minus 1. 16. 3 3/4 minus 1. Is it? No, it's 3.5. Oh my God, Candy. No, it's 3 3/4. I had that covered. Sorry. All right. Let's do it. Hi, Julia. Hello. Thank you for joining. And I'm going to cut from the bottom because I want my top landscape scene. And then I'll cut the 1/16 from the top. So I'm cutting 1/4 inch from the bottom and 1/16 from the top. And now it's going to fit perfectly well within our guides there. And then I have to do the same for, not the same, for the width. It should be 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut it from this side, 2 3/4. Because I don't want to cut these flowers here. These flowers, I don't want to cut them, so I just like this. All right, and now, if I'm not mistaken, now I can fit it in between this as if it was like the frame. Exactly what I wanted. You see what I mean? This, so you can see like the little bit of a frame around it. So we can actually go ahead and glue that in there. I mean, we have to glue these too, so it's a lot of gluing used tonight. All right, perfect. Now, since we're at it, I'm gonna glue this. We're gonna have to put in our big label here. It's less than a half, so don't put the glue too close to the half because a little bit less and you don't want it sticking to the bottom layer. Just center it, more or less. Make sure it's not crooked. Sometimes confusing with the wave, with the waves, the undulating lines, to see if it's really crooked or not. And if I didn't do my embossing folder totally straight, it like that can be also confusing, but it doesn't matter. It's a cute card. So now we're gonna adhere these. No, actually we're gonna adhere this first. This is from this side of the papers. I'm sorry to miss these cute characters, but I'm using the daisies. And I'm putting them horizontally. I know it goes like this, but honestly, I like the fact that this grass kind of looks like this horizontally, and that's what I went with it. So people may say like, oh no, it's directional, but it's just so tiny that you can't see it, and I kind of like the effect. Whatever works for you, right? This strip is I'll measure it, but it's 5.25 by 3, I believe. No, it's less than. It's 2.5. 2.5. Yes, 5.25, 2.5. So that's how it goes. And then since we're at it, we'll add the inside. I did one size smaller of these layering dies, and we're just gonna center it here for our sentiment. Just make sure before you glue it that you really cover it, but you should, because it's one smaller. So, but yeah, you never know. I always make sure. All right. And now we're gonna glue the corners. How cute are these corners? Ooh, I put this a little bit too high, and now my corner is not gonna fit totally. Oh well, we'll have to live with this. Because my idea on the original card is that you put it like that and it kind of nests on this corner here, but it doesn't matter. I should have checked that sooner. So here you see how it has the holes, but if you are careful, you can put the glue all around the edges without touching the holes. All right. So I'm gonna do this one first, actually. Leave the complicated one for the last one. I chose Very Vanilla, by the way, because this is the background of Very Vanilla and it goes well, but it also has white, so you could have done it in white if you wanted a more obviously lacy effect. Or you can do it in green, I'm just giving you the ideas, but then you can choose your color palette. I'm gonna do it diagonally. There we go. Yeah, this one worked well, see? And now we're gonna do the third quarter. So the die cuts 2 at the same time. So you don't have to do 4, you just have to do 2 cuts. Oops, not that way. Trying to straighten it up a little bit. Good enough. And the last one in the top left corner. Julia, you missed the first card where I did your mystery card fanfold, which I loved. That's what I did it today. All right, so now that we're done with this, now we can decorate and put our critter here on the cover and do our message. For the message, let's do the message first. No, yes, no. Let's do the critter first. Okay, so I fussy cut the rhythm ladybug. I love her or him. I'm gonna put 2 dimensionals. And I'm gonna sit him or her, I don't know, here in the trunk. And then I thought like, oh, that looks cute, but like the lamps, the lilies of the valley are kind of not doing the lamp action that I wanted. And then I said like, I can always add this one, fussy cut it. And that's what I did. So I'm gonna use little dimensionals for this one for each flower. And then I'm gonna put one here as well. I think these are maybe too thick. Let's see. Yeah, I think they're fine. Perfect. Because the paper is very fragile, so I don't want it to get folded into the envelope or damage when you put it in the envelope. Okay, and I'm pretending that the base of these flowers is gonna come from behind this tree stump. Maybe less crooked, Candy, so the lamps get a little bit, I call it the lamps, but you know what I mean, a little bit closer. And that's it. I actually thought of putting with a brush, how you call it, one of these guys, the blending brush, a little bit of yellow, but I just was afraid of messing things too much and making it too complicated. So you may want to experiment with that. I just decided not to. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use a happy birthday for this one because Oh, that's such a great idea. I do have that, Teresa. Teresa is saying that we could do like a reading circle with the embellishments of the ladybugs. And I don't have to tell you because now we see the messages on screen. And hello, Kelly. Thank you for joining us in YouTube. It's funny because now I can see the messages on YouTube, which I usually can on my phone. But now that I have them on screen, I can see the messages. So that's great. Hello. Thank you for joining. Anyway, it is snowy today here too. I do love snow, so I have no problem with that. So I'm using this happy birthday from Go To Greetings because it's the right size, and I love this font because it's a little kind of like childish font. Oh, maybe I'll do it again because I moved my stamp and I got the edge. There we go. I did it with the old olive on the yellow paper and the Daffodil Delight. I do have some, sorry, and now the fire department decides to pass. I'm just gonna trim this. Oh, don't tell me I have to change the blades again. I'm honestly used. Oh, God. I heard it ripping. All right, let's go from the outside. Or you know what? We'll just use scissors for this piece. So going back to what Teresa was saying, we can use the ladybug embellishments, and I did get them. So I'm gonna see if I can find them easily. If not, I'll have to try it off camera. I don't know if they're gonna be too small for them. Maybe. Where are my ladybug embellishments? Here. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna work because then it's gonna be a gigantic ladybug. But it was a great idea. Okay, let's cut this first and then we'll play with the ladybugs. First things first. All right. As I said, this. Oh man, this blade is not cutting cardstock. Time to change. All right. Sorted. So here we have the sentiment, and then let me try the ladybugs. See, there it will be too gigantic. I think the size doesn't work for the idea, but it was a great idea. What we can do is put a ladybug inside. We can do that. Because yes, like she finished reading and she just went home. These are ladybug garden epoxy shapes. Very cute. And I haven't used them yet, so let's use one. How cute. They're actually ladybug size. This is a just giant ladybug. I'll just put it right there. All right, so now just to finish this, like I got distracted with too many things. Two dimensionals will do it. And then you'll put it around there. And then I'm gonna decorate with the same muted palette, but the yellow ones, Daffodil Delight. I rarely use yellow because it's not my favorite color, but it looks very cute in this card, I think. And I have put one here, and a big one down here. All right, so that's card number 2. Now we're gonna do card number 3, and then we have the envelope and note card to finish things up. Cute, right? All right. So card number 3 is this fun pop-up card. That's easier to make than you think. First set, let's see. I don't know. Deborah is asking if there's any smaller. I don't think so. But let's take a look. It's smaller ladybugs in the paper. No, they're all pretty big. Let's see. In this one, they're all pretty big. How cute are these? These are so cute. You see them? There. All right. No, they're all big. Pity. Oh well. I like the idea of the reading circle. Anyway, moving on to card number, whatever number is 3. All right. So for this pop-up, I realize I need to go to my machine because I'll have to cut the oval. But I'll do that off camera. So I chose a little bit different. Oh no, I did choose the same one, the mushroom paper. And you need a regular card size, and just put your paper there that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I had glued the middle, but if you don't, you may use, it'd be better if you don't, basically. That's what I'm saying. But what you can do, well, we'll do it later. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Put bigger, like make an oval, but bigger than what your shape is gonna be, like that. And then we do this, and I'm gonna do the magic. So I'm magic, not much magic, but I'm gonna use this oval. I'm gonna cut it from here, and then I'll bring it back. And you have to make sure that there's at least an inch on the top before you put where you put your die. Okay. So if it's not super center, it's better that it's a little bit lower than center, just to make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna use, of the dies, I'm gonna use this one. Let's see. I already have my white label cut, which is the second smallest. So I'm gonna use the third smallest. And that's what I'm gonna put it right there. And I'm gonna cut it, pass it through the machine, like so. Okay, so let me do that. I forgot that I had to do this, and I should have had my machine close to me. But I don't have room on my table to do that. Important, when you pass it through the machine, you have to do it open, because you just want to cut this part, okay? And center it as best you can. All right. So now we end up with this. And if I didn't put the glue correctly, these two should separate. And there we go. So I am going to use this, but I can use this for something else, or actually this for something else. How fun would it be? All right, so this is what I have right now. Okay. So let me put my die back so I don't lose it. And let's continue. So saving this for another day or another use. And now we have this and this. And this, we're going to layer it like that. And I'm going to put the same sentiment that I had before, just because it's the one that I have out. But you can use whatever sentiment you want that fit in your shape. And it doesn't have to be this shape. As I said, my original card, the first time I did it, was with the layering ovals. So everything that's layering may work, because even if not layering, but one of bigger and then one smaller. Maybe not square, but maybe it will work square. Okay, I'm trying to make it center. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so let's finish putting this together, for instance. And I'm gonna glue. You don't want to put this in dimensionals. You could, but it's better not to, I think, just because when you open and close, it's maybe more complicated. Something may get stuck. I think keeping the layers glued is better in this case. All right, let's see. And this will go like that. You see? Now let's work on the inside and the mechanism. So for the inside, you need to put that before you start putting your mechanism on. You need a layer of 4 by 5.25, just like so. And you have to glue it before you put your mechanism, because the mechanism will go on top of it. All right. I felt so accomplished when I did this pop-up. That was my very first pop-up card. And I felt so accomplished. And it's not so complicated, as you'll see. I hope I don't mess it up now after I oversold how easily it is. Anyway. All right. So then you need a piece of cardstock, preferably the same color, so it gets a little bit more disguised. That is 3 by 4, and we're gonna score it on the 4th side at 1 inch. So we're gonna do 3 scores at 1 inch. So I'm gonna use it, measure it this side, 1 inch, and then I'm gonna turn it around, and then do 2 inches, and then when we slide it to 3-inch mark, and do 3 inches. Okay. And then you need a little piece here that I already pre-scored just by mistake. But this piece is 2.25, and you score it at 1 as well. Well, you score it at 1 on this side, and then it gives you 1.25 on the other side. You see? It should be like that. And then we'll decorate, but I want to show you the mechanism first. So varnish those folds. All right. So when you fold, oh, it's a little crooked, but it's okay. We'll make it work. Something happened there. So when that happens, what I like to do, I think you've seen me doing before, is I get my, see how they're not aligned, the corners? You can just push one and then go with it, align the top as you want it, pushing against this edge. And then with your bone folder, just flatten that. So the fold gets it where you want it. And it didn't totally do it. Let me do it the other way. Yeah, it's just like I have to hold a little bit stronger here. There. All right. So now we have. It doesn't really matter because you're not gonna see it, but you want the mechanism to work. All right. So let me see if I remember it now correctly. Yes. So you put glue on this top. And I put a generous amount. And then you center it in the middle of your card against the fold, okay? Make sure that it closes. And that it's more or less center. It's not, it's a little bit to the right. I'm gonna put it a little bit more to the left. Still could be a little bit more. Yes, that's it. Yes, more or less, okay? So that's our top, or bottom, I mean. And now let's see if I remember correctly. I think we put glue on this top and we close it. And then it opens like this, right? It's like a little shelf. And then with this one, that's the one I have to see how it goes. So it's the short one, goes on top like this. So then you're gonna put glue on this part back, the longer back, but only on the top, not the whole thing. You could have gone a little bit lower because you're going to put it almost. And then we're going to put it right there in the center. And let it dry a little bit. Because now I put so much glue that it's like sliding around. And then we're going to close this. And we're going to put glue here on our bottom part. You can actually do it all over. Because that's where, once we put this in place, that's what does it. And now we have it. You see? And then it closes and it goes back in place. I should let it dry a little bit more, but meanwhile, we're gonna decorate the front. Make it close, totally closed. And then for the front, I just put like some, and I pre-fussy cut because I didn't want to fussy cut in front of you. I'm not that I'm ashamed or anything. It's just for time's sake. All right. And just have some flowers there that I fussy cut from there. Just because we're gonna have the little bee with a watering can. I fussy cut this and I fussy cut the watering can. And I actually made a cut here between the arms so I can just slide this. Oops. A little bit. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue there so that doesn't happen. There. So she's grabbing the watering can. And then we're just gonna put, because you have to be very careful whatever you're decorating, that it's outside the outline of your cut there, because you want this to open and you don't want it to interfere with the pop-up. So you just have to, I like it like this, but I'm gonna put dimensionals there. Sorry. Just one here. Actually, I'll make sure it takes the arm so it doesn't get undone. Actually, I could have done a big one there, but it doesn't matter. I'll do another smaller here. So just take these dimensionals out. We're gonna, oops, just the back of a dimensional. Yeah, right there in the corner. That's what I want her. And see, it doesn't interfere with my mechanism. And there's a little bit of extra glue there that I'll use my glue eraser in a little bit. Or right now, because as I said, I'm impatient. It's better to do it when it's glued or when it's dried a little bit. There we go. There's still a little bit left. There we go. All right. And then I had the little ant. So I have, these are the ants that come in a 3. They're like, she goes like this. But I cut these two together for the inside. And then this one looks like it's looking out at this flying bee. So I'm going to put her here on my label. My little ant. All right, and then just this, we're gonna glue them inside. Yeah, this glue is just full of glue. I think I left it open too long once, and things dried. All right, so this is the inside of the card. And that's how it goes. It just opens like this and closes like this. Isn't this cute? Oh, maybe, Deborah, maybe the set will stay because people are loving it. So I hope that this set, cute as a bag, stays over. I agree with you. And then let me see what I used for. I had some pearly thingies. Here they are. These are pearls of beauty. Yes. So I used the white ones in this one. I could use the beige ones. What do you think? White or beige? I'll let you decide. Thank you. So white or what do you think? These ones or the white ones? Nobody's saying anything. I'm gonna hold on while I prepare my other cards. Because this one is done too. And the other card is nothing. It's not a card, actually. It's beige. Okay, beige. Teresa said beige. So we're going with the beige. So we are gonna do a big one there, a smaller one there, and a big one here. Here, 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 here. All right. They look nice. Yes, I like them. I like the sheen that these pearls have. Very, very cute. All right, so now we're ready for the card and the note, and that will be done. So you probably have done this before, and I think I'm gonna use the same, the same ones that I used. And this. So you need a half a sheet of the paper, which this is so cute. But anyway, I think envelopes are good, and I can always use a gift card holder. So this can be a gift card holder very, very easily. And you'll see it's easy to put together. So I'll save this for later. And then, so have a sheet, and then you score three quarters. Actually, let me do it the other way. 3/4 of an inch on each side. Oh my God, I cut. No, Candy, no. 3/4 of an inch. Hopefully I'll have to cut that part. And then I'm turning it around. And I'm doing another 3/4 of an inch. I'm measuring from the other side of the whatever they call the line where you cut. 3/4 of an inch. All right. And then from the bottom, we're doing 4 1/4. Let me see if it's the right side up. Yes. 4 1/4. No cutting so far, only scoring. And here we're gonna do 2. This one will give this envelope will give you a big enough space to use as with a regular card of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or as a note card, or as a whatever little trinket holder. If you want to give, like you can use the note card. I'll show you in a second. For holding a necklace, a thin necklace. Anyway, you see here are my score, and I'm using big scissors now, and I'm just gonna do angle, but not too much of an angle, just very little from the bottom to the first cut, and the same on the other side. You could use it, do it with the trimmer, but I trust my eye better for this. And then we're angle cutting here and here. And that will give us the main part of the back of the envelope, right? So now for the top, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do the thin angle cut to the first fold, the thin angle cut to the first fold, and that will be the flap of our envelope. And then angle cut here on the sides. And that's it. Look at that. And we're done. That's your envelope. Isn't it cute? And if you want to address it and use it for mailing, you can. You just have to put a label here for your address and everything. Easy. Very easy. Oh, Deborah said white. I just realized that. Sorry, Deborah. I went with the first. That was Teresa saying beige. Anyway, so you can use whichever glue you want. In this case, I don't like to use, I like to use tear and tape the most in this case, but I can also use stamping seal just for easy closing. And we're going to do it on the bottom because if you do it on the top, there's a part on the top here where this doesn't have coverage, as you'll see. See, because we're going to fold it and it doesn't go all the way to the top. So it's better to do it that way. All right. So here's our envelope. And here, as I said, I didn't use, I use Scotch tape folded like a little bit. Let me show you how I did it. And this is like if you don't have a glue, if you don't have a Velcro dot, what I did is I put a piece of scotch tape in the bottom, kind of burnish it so you can barely see it, and then you do another one transversal and just curl in and tuck in the top so you can adhere it, and then you lift it from there. But there's always like something that's not adhered, you see. And because we put this, it lifts and it doesn't rip up the paper. So that's the easy kind of like, I don't have my materials with me kind of situation that I did. Here, I'm going to use a glue dot because I have them. Now, if I find them. But they should be around here. There we go. I got this online from Amazon, I think. And they have them in different sizes, but I thought this was a very good size. So there's one that, as you know, one is stronger and one is softer. So I put them together and I put the stronger one on the bottom. Right there. And that's it. Of course, if I were going to mail it, this is if I'm going to give it as a friend, to a friend in person, not mail it. If you're going to mail it, don't use a glue dot. Then either glue it or put tear and tape there or something, because it needs, otherwise people will get into your card. But this, for a gift card, that's what I want. And then just let's make a quick note card. You can use this. This is a good paper. That's good. This is mossy metal. I'm gonna use 5.5 by 4.25. So I'm gonna do the 4.25 side here. Oh, I forgot that this is not cutting. Okay. There. And then, as I said, we had some. Did it go on the floor? Maybe. One of these here. one of these that I was showing you that it has different things. I'm gonna use this one because I think it's very pretty. But I need to cut it to 4 inches. So I'm gonna have a strip that is not gonna be useful, but I can use the back for that. All right, so let me see. What a mess I made in a second here. I said 4. No, I said 5. Sorry, I said 5 1/4. That's what it is. 5 1/4 by 4. Perfect. So that will be for our note card. And you can put like a little note here, or you can, what I wanted to show you is how you can use this for a gift card. And you can either you could put a strip of, glue the gift card on the back with a piece of tear and tape, and I don't have a gift card here with me, which surprising, as I usually do. Empty, of course, empty ones. But let's see if I can find one. Yeah, I think no. All right, it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna explain it to you anyway. Yeah, but it drives me. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I knew. It's a mess because I use it for refilling my my ink pads. But just to get the idea, you could actually just strip it, glue it to the back with a piece of tear and tape, or you can actually measure this, and with the X-Acto knife of take your pick tool, which I don't have handy, just cut a piece here, and then tuck it in, and then calculate where the other piece will go, and then make another cut there, and then you can just like slide it in. That's another way. Or you can put here a whole thing if it's just a voucher and it's not a gift card like my mom did, and just write down what the voucher is for, like 10 home cooked meals, or 10 foot massages, or 5 foot massages. You know what I mean. Okay. And well, that's pretty much it. I mean, I was gonna put something here. Let's make it more complete. So I'm gonna cut one heart here. I'm gonna use the very base card. I'm just gonna put a for you or something like that. And thankfully, I have the new paper pumpkin that I just got yesterday, and it has a handy just for you. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna fit actually. Pity. I like just for you. Well, forget about the heart. Then we can do just for you as just as a rectangle. I don't think it's gonna show if I do old olive on old olive. I wanted to see more scenes, being more scenes. So I have here Secret Sea that is almost black, and it will work for this. The ideal thing would be to have mossy meadow, but I don't have it. Just handy. So just for you. And we'll cut. Just make room. the strip here. And I want it angle cut. There. And we'll do it like that. Dimensionals. This is just a very easy, whatever works for you, little note card to go with your gift or gift card or voucher or whatever, right? And then you can put here your card. Let me do a show and tell. I'll do this since I have the stamping seal here. There. That's it. All right, and then you have your envelope. Matching envelope. I mean, you can complicate your life here. Complicate. Okay. Elevate your card, let's put it that way, and you can do another of these critters or something, but you know, it doesn't have to be a cutesy critter kind of project. It could be just this, okay? And that will be your little gift for somebody. All right, so that's it. That's all I have for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, I made a mess today, more than usual, I mean. So next week, we will be doing, we will be using this, the special delivery paper pumpkin. And it's very cute. I love it. So I haven't started working with it. I just took a look at the sentiments that came with the stamp set, and they're good ones, you know, like sending love, you brighten my day, just for you, happy Valentine's, of course, airmail, and then this one says love, 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 and this has, you know, so I'm getting some ideas of what to do with it. And they're going on the vintage, shabby chic kind of way, but we'll see. I haven't started, as I said. All right, so let's see the other two cards, that one and the one with the lacy corners. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a nice time and it inspires you for this paper or any other paper, because really you can make all of these cards with any theme you want and any color combination you want. All right. So see you next week. Have a lovely, lovely week and enjoy. Bye.